Hey y'all, it's your girl Pound Cake, and I'm coming to you today with another video. Today is a different kind of video. Today I'm doing like a get ready with me Halloween look. This year for Halloween I'm going to be Tiffany, who happens to be the Bride of Chucky. I've had this costume planned out for like a year, y'all. Like after Halloween passes, I'm already on to the next, you know. But yeah, so I'm excited. I'm gonna give y'all how I get ready. Mostly all my steps are my normal makeup routine except for eyeshadow. I don't ever wear eyeshadow unless I'm doing like a specific look or Halloween, and that's like the only time you can get eyeshadow from me. I'm not one of the type of girls, but I thought it would be fun to kind of record, you know, me getting prepped, going from drag to fab, you already know. But this is not, of course, supposed to like mimic exactly Tiffany, the Bride of Chucky. It's my version, my variation of her. So I'm not doing the veil. Like I said, it's a variation of her. I wasn't supposed to be exactly Tiffany, but I just want, if you see me, you're gonna be like, oh, that's Tiffany. Get at me. But yeah, so I'm not going anywhere right now. It was just practice for what I'm wearing next week. And what's crazy is I never practice my looks. I'm just like, I'm gonna go for it, and however it comes out is how it comes out. 98% of the time I'm really good at executing things, so I really don't have to practice like that. Not saying like I'm that girl, but low-key like I'm that girl. So you gonna get what you gonna get, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is no different, but I wanted to kind of like bring out some content as well. Like I didn't want to record it, of course, when I'm getting ready to go out, that I don't have time to edit it and kind of bring it to you before Halloween, you know what I mean? So that is why I was like, let me just go ahead and get it out the way. This coat I got from Forever 21 last year. It was like December of last year. They had a sale, like it was like half off the coats. So I paid like, I want to say $13 for this coat. And then this dress came from Shein. It was like $6. It's really cute. I'm not gonna show you right now because I didn't put it all the way on. I don't have my waist shape around, so I can give y'all waist. I can give y'all shape. So I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, it's really cute. It's just a simple like sleek dress. It has like a little slit on the side, real cute. I might wear fishnet stockings or I might not. I'm kind of still on the fence about it. But I was gonna wear my combat boots as well. Every year I go to my cousin's house. She goes to a Halloween party, y'all. It's a good time. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a good time. And this year is no different. The only thing that's different is I'm gonna be bartending like officially the whole party. So yeah, I'll be serving up the drinks, working on this tip money, you feel me? But anyway, I'm excited. Hopefully you guys enjoy. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead and start by prepping the skin. I'm using an Equate wipe, which is equivalent to the Neutrogena wipe, just to make sure there's no debris or anything, any oil left on the skin. Next, I'm gonna go ahead with the Becca Evermatte Poreless primer. I only use it for my T-zone, which are my eyebrows area and my nose, so that I can make sure that those stay dry and oil free. Next, I'm going with my Laneige, which is my favorite chapstick. It's in the flavor grapefruit. Fun. But yeah, so I'm going to go with my $1 Wet n Wild pencil in the color 603A as in apple, Sigma Brown, to fill in the brows. I'm filling in my brows. I cleaned them up a couple weeks ago and they're still pretty, you know, in decent shape. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill those in. Remember, your brows are not twins. They are sisters. Mine are more looking like stepsisters today, but it is what it is. I have good brow days and I have okay brow days, and I just have days where I'm just gonna throw a hat on because my brows not acting right. But today, you know, like I said, they're stepsisters. Alright, next, after I fill my brows in, I want to take a spoolie to go ahead and clean that up, just to kind of disperse the product evenly and give me that ombre effect. I do go back and forth filling them in, using the spoolie moving forward. I'm taking an angle brush, just some concealer, LA Girl, and cleaning my brows up, just arching them and giving them some shape. So that's what I'm doing here. And that brush is a flower brush I got from Walmart. Alright, and again, like I said, I want to go back and forth with that pencil as well, and clean them up also. So alright, next I'm going to go ahead and blend out that concealer with my fingers. I like to use my fingers because the heat is able to go ahead and like blend the product and make it look pretty good. So that's why I use my finger. Like I said, I go back and forth with that pencil as well, just to kind of, you know, make the front of my brows. But now I'm going in with my AIRSPUN and my just a buffer brush to go ahead and set that concealer so that way it doesn't move. I also do my nose because I told you it's very oily. So now I'm taking just a buffer brush from ELF. It's called the foundation brush, some type of brush, and my no filter by NYX in deep golden, and I go ahead and put that on top. Now this is something I do with my regular makeup, not just for this Halloween. This is really a step that I do after I set my concealer. So after that, I typically will follow up with some face powder that's the color of my skin, but because it's a Halloween look, we're going to go ahead and move forward. Now, after I blend that out, just to kind of, you know, bring a little bit of color back to my eyelids, I'm going to go ahead and I blow that off to kind of like use it to blend it easier without any product. I don't know if that really works, but to me, I feel like it works. I'm using these two palettes, a Profusion palette in Confidence, and I'm using two colors, that color in the center on the very right and then the very middle in the center. I'm using those two colors as my transition shades, along with the brush that came with the palette. That's going to help with that color. If you notice, Tiffany has like a orangish red burgundy color that cuts the crease. I'm going to use that, like I said, as my transition color. So I went in with the orange color that's in the center first to kind of, like I said, set that transition, and then I go into that deeper berry color, which I really like. I didn't really have to deepen it up with brown because it came out how I liked it. I really liked how it looked as well. I'm not really an eyeshadow girl, but you know, for Halloween looks, I typically, you know, go into the eyeshadow because I'm, you know, wanting to copy something or to achieve the look that I'm going for. So that is why I went ahead and opted for eyeshadow, but I don't wear this on a regular day-to-day basis. Now I'm going to go ahead, after I blend that out, probably blow on the brush as well, good for it. I'm taking a different brush, another fluffy brush, to pick up that burgundy color. I didn't want to mix the two because I'm going to be using them later to continue blending and to, you know, make sure that it looks as flawless as possible. Like, I'm not a professional, but you know, I know how to make myself look good, or I feel like I know how to make myself look good. So I want to go ahead and put that disclaimer out there. If I'm doing it incorrectly to you or to, you know, beauty standards or, you know, regulation, hey, I'm not a professional. That's just how I do it on myself. I don't really do makeup for other people. I really just do it for me. But I'm going to go ahead and deepen that crease with that berry color so it can give me the look that I'm going for. But I like this palette. I got it for Christmas for my sister. She got it for me for Christmas, and I really like it. It's really pretty, and yeah, it does the trick when I need it. So, but yeah, I think she got it from Target, I believe, or Walmart, one of them places. But as you can see, it's coming along. It's blending very well. We love that for us. Now I'm going in with my just an angle brush I got from the Dollar Tree and my L'Oreal gel liner. I love this liner, y'all. I use it on my bottom line all the time. But I'm using it for a base to go ahead and set this black eyeshadow that I'm going to use, which is in that NYX palette I briefly showed you for a hot second. That's why I'm going ahead and putting down this as a base first. So I'm gonna put a little bit on there. It's a little, I've had this one for a while, like I'm almost out, I'm heading to the very bottom, but of course, as long as there's product in there, I'm still gonna use it. So I'm using that as my base, and I'm just applying it right now. It looks a little crazy, but trust the process. Now I'm taking an angle brush, I think it's a Physicians Formula brush, just to kind of go ahead and blend that product around so that I can get it to where I need to be. I'm using that, like I said, I'm just blending it, and yeah, it's doing its thing. So next I'm going to my NYX Dreamcatcher palette, and I'm going to use that black shade. As you can see, I use it a lot, but I'm going to go ahead and apply that on top of that black base that I applied. That's going to go ahead and set it as well as help deepen it and darken it up, as well make it look really nice. So it's a little blurry right now, but momentarily you'll see. Now that brush I'm using from Physicians Formula is double-sided, so the first side is like that type of like a painter style brush to apply it, and I'm gonna use the other side to buff it out and help it blend. I'm probably gonna blow on it first, per usual, just to kind of go ahead and start the blending process. Makeup is all about blending, so as you can see, it's coming together. Right now it looks a little crazy, but it's going to work out well. I'm going back into the palette to go ahead and to start to reapply those transition shades as well, so that we can go ahead and ensure that that black and those additional colors transition beautifully. So again, makeup is all about blending, so you're going to go ahead and blend to your heart desires, ladies. As you see, we are all done. The blend looks really good to me. I feel like I'm ready to move on to the next step. Just a little bit more strokes, so we should be good. Now I'm going to go ahead and clean up the fallout. So I always do my eyes first, not just because of fallout, because like I said, I don't really wear eyeshadow, but my eyes are very sensitive, so they're going to start watering. So I do my eyes, let them do their thing, and then come back to my face. But right now I'm just cleaning up any fallout, which is very minimal, so those are really good eyeshadows. Now I'm taking the Maybelline Mega Lash, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my natural lashes. Just one simple coat before I apply my falsies. Now, the falsies that I'm using are actually from AliExpress. I bought like 50 of them for like $100, bro. Like, these are like my favorite lashes, the 3D 13s, but actually the 16s are my favorite. But yeah, and I have a little, just an applicator, tweezer, and it's my favorite eyelash glue. It's a hair glue, but it comes out, it's a clear glue. It comes out white, but it dries clear. It's my favorite. I can't rave about this enough. But yeah, go ahead and apply my lashes. Now you do see the white band, but it will go ahead and dry clear. But this is my favorite lash glue above them all. So I'm just doing it to my second pair of lashes. I just use a little bit and just drag it across. This bottle will probably last me a lifetime, but I use only a little bit and let that dry for a couple seconds, blow on it, and then put them hoes on. Y'all, I love lashes. Lashes just, I'm telling you, they just add flair, personality, jazz to any look. Like, lashes are definitely a necessity. You can't put on makeup and then not put no lashes on. You'll look crazy. But anyway, so yeah, I'm putting on those lashes. Yeah, super easy. With that tool really assists me really well. But that's how I put on my lashes. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry. Takes a couple minutes to dry. Using that same angle brush I applied that base with that same Maybelline Studio base, and I'm going to go ahead and put my waterline. I feel like this is so important when you do your makeup, is to add black to your waterline. It just makes your eyes look so sultry and beautiful. That's like one of my favorite things to do as well. I just love doing eyes. Like, I just love doing eyes. And let me know if you want me just to do my normal makeup routine. I'll show you all. But this is my primer. It's by Milk. It's the Hydro Grip Primer. It's the bomb. I just use 1.5 pumps, and I put that on my nose, my cheeks, everywhere, so I can go ahead and prime. That way when I put my foundation and stuff on my things, it works. I'm going to follow that up with my Smashbox Primer Oil, and I only put that on like my cheeks and my high points where I put my highlight, because it just gives like an extra glow. So I rub it in and then I pat it in. Like, yeah, I'm telling you, it's just, I love this stuff. But again, I'll link everything in the description box. That way, if you guys have any questions or you're interested in buying it, I'll go ahead and link it below. Now, I take my Covergirl. I love this True Blend foundation, concealer. This is in the Cover 300 bronze. I use that to go ahead and cover up like my scarring as well as my hyperpigmentation. I use that as the base before I put on my foundation. I have really bad scarring from like popping bumps, just being poor to my skin. Like, it's the worst. But I use that to cover, and then I use a wet beauty blender. That's a what is that? Real Techniques beauty blender. I use that, make sure that it's damp, and I blend that out. And then I go ahead and move on to my foundation. I like to use Maybelline foundation. This one happens to be the new 24-hour one they have, the Super Stay. I'm in the color 355 Coconut. You either see Coconut 355 or in 95. Those are the colors that I use. And I'm using a Delium Tools like painter brush or foundation brush to apply it. I really only use a pump and a half of foundation because I use so much concealer. But I use like a pump and a half and I spread that stuff around. That way I can get the coverage that I'm looking for. And to cover up my scars. Of course, bring it down to my neck because I have scarring there as well. But yeah, and I, of course, between them brows, y'all. Now, after I apply, I do go in with the Beauty Blender so I can absorb any product that is remaining, or any extra product, I would say, that when you apply too much. But I don't really apply that much, but I like how the Beauty Blender like just kind of flawlessly sets everything and, you know, places it where it needs to be. That way, you know, when you go on to the next step, which is concealer, you don't have like cakiness. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with the Covergirl Concealer. I use this. It's the color 100. It's called like Buff Beige. I use it as like a base. So I know it's super, super light. It's almost like a porcelain skin tone. I take that small Real Techniques Beauty Blender and I use it as a base, right? So it's going to really brighten up that eye. I'm like I love a really, really bright eye. So what I do is I use that to go ahead and put under my eyes to make it brighter before I put the actual concealer that I do use to highlight with. So I only use a small amount, but as you can see, a little goes a long way. And the coverage is amazing. Now you have to work quick with this stuff because it does dry down pretty quickly. I hear it is in good comparison to the Juvia's Place primers, but not primers, excuse me, the Juvia's Place. No, I'm sorry, not Juvia's Place, the Tarte Concealers. Now, of course, I'm going in with my LA Girl Concealer. This is the color, I do want to say, I think that is a medium beige. I normally use Warm Honey medium beige. I used to use Fawn, but Fawn is like super, super yellow. And it really doesn't, like, I actually like it for my eyebrows. When I put my eyebrows up, I like to use Fawn. But under my eyes, I like to use either Warm Honey or medium beige because I like the way that it just really brightens up my under eye. Now, it may look a little bright right now, but of course, makeup is all about, you know, blending and making things work. I still do it the same way where I put it under my eyes. I don't make a V or anything, but I do just place it right under my eye and I bring it out. But when I do clean it up with my face sponge, it does make the transition and blend really, 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 really nice. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm blending my concealer. Alright, so I'm still blending. Now I'm going to go in with my face beauty blender and just kind of clean up those places that were super bright. Now I'm taking my favorite AIRSPUN translucent powder and I'm putting it under my eyes. I don't necessarily bake, but I do, you know, make sure I set my eyes really well because my eyes do get really watery. So I do want to make sure that it doesn't crease or, you know, look very, very cakey. So I'll put quite a bit of the AIRSPUN powder under my eyes, down my nose, around my mouth, just to kind of set those things. I do clean up because I do like to contour my nose, but hey. Now I'm going in with this NYX brush and my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation powder. I love this stuff. It's in deep golden and they don't have it in the store anymore. If you're in California or like LA area, we do have NYX in our store, but they're closed. Moving on to the NW46, I like a little darker powder to set around my face as well to kind of start the contour process. But that's by MAC, and that's the Studio Fix. Okay, now I'm taking an angle brush and that same MAC powder to contour my nose. I don't like my contour to be too dark or too noticeable, so I use the foundation color to contour my nose. Now, again, it works for me. I love how the Studio Fix sets really well. This is our Morphe face bronzer in the color Leader. I contour with that. That's an angle brush I got from e.l.f. Love this brush. And I just initially placed the product where I want it, which is like right above my actual cheek, or excuse me, my jawbone. Like I put it right there, but then I blend it upward with this brush, and then I go back in with another like angle brush. So I just put like a little bit on my nose, but yeah, this will be for my cheeks. I love this color. It's not too deep for me, and it just gives me like a nice bronze color. So right now I'm placing the product. I'm going to grab another brush to buff that out. That way it can help with the blend and the transition as well. And that's the brush that I was talking about. That's from e.l.f. It's an angled contour brush. And I just go ahead and do my thing, y'all. Like, love that. Alright, after I finish contouring, I go ahead and go back in with that AIRSPUN powder and kind of chisel out that contour, just kind of give it some shape and it's not just placed anywhere. Now this blush, y'all, I got from the 99cents. I love this blush. It's my favorite brush from the 99cent store. I use a flower brush from Walmart. It's an angled flower brush, and I go ahead and apply my blush. I used to apply my blush at the pretty much on my cheeks, the apples on my cheek, but now I just place them like right above the contour. Like, I like how that looks when my makeup look is complete. But for this look, I think I did go ahead bring it a little forward because she's a doll, so I just want to bring it a little forward to kind of give it like a doll-like appearance. Again, this is, I think, deviate too much from my normal makeup routine. Now I'm using my foundation brush to take off the AIRSPUN powder because I said I'm not baking. I wanted to go ahead and take that out, but I'm going to follow it with our MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in dark, and that's going to go ahead. I'm using that to set everything together so that it can look very, very seamless, which is what I'm doing here. I do my eyes, of course, because they were super bright, but with that skin finish, oh my god, y'all, like, it is the bomb. Like, I love it. I'm also going to go ahead and start to clean up the AIRSPUN powder that is underneath my contour. I don't want, like I said, I don't want to bake, and I don't want it to be super chiseled. I just want it to kind of look like, hey, we got some shape here. Okay, but we're almost done, y'all. Like, in real life, we're almost done. So after I'm over here vibing, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Revolution Pro Hydro Max mixing finishing spray. It's like a finishing spray or a mixing spray, whichever you choose. I apply that before I apply my highlight. That is a Sephora highlighter in Golden Hour, along with a Sephora brush. It's an angled brush, and I apply the highlighter with it. I love how the fan brush applies the highlighter. It just gives like the most beautiful finish. But if you spray it and wet it first before you put on your highlighter, it just adds some more like razzle dazzle. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to add my finishing spray all together. And now I'm going back into those palettes, and I'm going to start working on my under eye. So now that my foundation and my concealer is on, I'm going to go ahead and bring down the black first. So we're going to work in reverse. So now I'm putting on the black eyeshadow first. We already tight lined the eye, but I'm going to bring down the black the black eyeshadow first, followed by the burgundy color burgundy color eyeshadow, then the orange. So we're going to work in reverse. How at the top of the lid, we did the orange, burgundy, and black. Now we're doing black, burgundy, and orange. So I'm doing that here, which will go ahead and kind of, bring everything together. Looks really finished and polished. I like doing eyeshadow underneath the eye as well when I'm doing like eyeshadow looks, which is very rare, but I love how that looks when it comes together. So right now I'm just going ahead and adding that with like a pencil style brush so that it can look really cute and apply naturally. I don't want it to be like super under the eye. I want it to kind of be in an area that I can kind of control. I want it to be in a controlled area. Now, after I put on the eyeshadows, right, plural, because I did more than one, I'm going in with my telescopic carbon black eye mascara, and I like the applicator on that because it really grabs those bottom lashes. It really coats them really well. So that is why I use this mascara. I put on about 2 coats, sometimes 3 depending on how I feel, but I put on 2 coats to go ahead and achieve the look I like. I feel like I don't like when people don't apply mascara to their bottom lashes. It doesn't look finished to me. It just looks like you have all this beautiful eye makeup on, and your eyelashes don't have mascara, so they have all this color or foundation or eyeshadow on your lashes and it don't look polished. So anyway, I'm taking my eyeliner, which I normally put on my eyes, to make her signature mole. The side those on doesn't really matter to me. But now we get into the lips. I'm using a dark brown pencil to line my lips to kind of give me the shape I want. But this color didn't really work for me, you guys. Like, it kind of muted out it didn't make the red or the burgundy pop. So I went in with my eyebrow pencil to kind of darken that up because it's a little darker. But y'all, the same thing, like it didn't give me what I wanted. So as you'll see a little later, I went over it again. I found a black eye pencil. Now I'm using this burgundy lipstick. It's it dries down. It's like one of those matte lipsticks. I love this, y'all. It's like a super deep color. I want to do the outside of my lips. I'm doing like an ombre effect, so I'm putting that on first. I'm gonna let that dry down a bit, and then I'm gonna go in with my MAC Ruby Woo Retro Matte lipstick to go ahead and place in the center of my lips. Yeah, I love Ruby Woo. It's like my favorite lipstick. You know, I don't wear lipstick that much, but when I used to wear it all the time, Ruby Woo was the one. Like, red make your teeth look so good. Like, it make your teeth look hella white. But yeah, so you guys see it's giving me like a deep red, but it's just not what I want. I want like black to red. So I go back in, as you'll see right here, with this black pencil to line my lips again, and that's going to help deepen up that red lip. You guys, this was what it did to set it off, and yeah, this is the finished look. I'm really excited how it turned out, and I love it. I love it. Alright, y'all, so this is the finished look for Tiffany, the Bride of Chucky. I went ahead off camera and drew in my heart with the black lip liner I used for my lips, and then wrote the name Chucky because that's my husband. Not just kidding, but yeah, so that's the finished look. I threw on my wig. This is my birthday wig from like 4 years ago, and I loved it. I kind of just chopped it up a little bit. I left it in its natural state. It's like a wavy type of texture. I thought it kind of gave it a little personality, a little dimension. Tucked it behind our ear, and yeah, so we are ready for our Halloween party. I'm excited, and I thought, you know, I was like, why not do a little get ready with me slash Bride of Chucky Halloween look for you guys, since Halloween is coming up. This will be my costume for next weekend. I'm actually not going anywhere right now, but I thought, why not try to, you know, run it back. You know what's so funny too, I never like practice my looks. I just do them, and however they come out is how they come out. So probably when I do it next weekend, it's not gonna look like this even though I'm gonna do the same exact steps. But yeah, I really like how it turned out. It's really cute. I love this wig. I want to do next year. I already have my costume planned out as well, but this is actually the collar, the back of this jacket. I just tied it around my neck. I probably put like a pearl earring in or something, I don't know, but actually I'm really liking it. Like, it's so cute. Let me turn one of these lights down so y'all can really see it. There we go. Y'all, like, you can't tell me I'm Tiffany. I didn't want a white dress because I'll be like, y'all, if I eat or drink, it's on my dress. So I opted for like a cream color dress. Oh, it's really cute. It's I really like it. It's so cute. So let's just say it's executed. I'm excited for next weekend so I can actually go out and wear it. Yeah, so I hope you guys like my version or variation of Tiffany, the Bride of Chucky. A lot of the steps, or the makeup steps I do, are my actual normal makeup steps. I don't really like kind of like veer off to anything outside of like eyeshadow. I don't really wear eyeshadow. But yeah, like, it's really not supposed to be scary or like very close to her. It's like my version of her, you know what I mean? So, because I was liking that scary looking crazy stuff, like what they say on Mean Girls, like,
Halloween is the one night a year when a girl can dress like a total slut and no other girls can say anything about it.
Yeah, but yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy my tutorial. Not really a tutorial, but my Bride of Chucky look, my Tiffany. She's that girl. So, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.